I knew your other brother, your older brother, right?
Yeah. You knew his older brother, Simon and
Yeah.
Anthony?
I think he got shot, right?
But some people
But
maybe.
some people maybe.
Because, it's really big on the island.
Horse
And
racing?
horse racing.
And big on the island?
On the island. During my time in Barbados, I decided to take a day's trip around the island to check out a little experiment to see if my curiosity was going to be on point here. And for me, I wanted to find out if there was a connection with horse racing in Barbados and the churches in Barbados. I know this is a stretch. It may sound crazy to some people, but I say, hey, you know what? Let me go at it and see if there was some kind of connection, because a lot of times these things do connect. May not seem straightforward, but I decided to put it to the test. So here we go. Check out this video and let me know what you think as I took this day trip around the island to figure out if there's a connection with the horse racing and the churches in Barbados. Right, we finally arrived at the first church, which is St. Thomas Parish Church, right? So we're gonna get some info here a little bit about the church and the people. I'm here with someone who is. Are you connected with the church, or?
I as a member here, that's it.
Just a member?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's it like here, being a member of St. Thomas Parish Church? A lot of history here.
Not much, I don't know. Because I really from the others, Moravian.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So one of my questions really is, do you think the churches are connected to horse racing, or would be?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Do you think church members would be even interested in horse racing?
I can't speak for everybody, but
But some people maybe.
Some people maybe.
Because, it's really big on the island.
Horse racing?
Horse racing.
And big on the island?
On the island. So I mean, like on Gold Cup Day, there's gonna be like half the island there just watching the races.
Yeah, I prefer to watch it home, see more.
A lot of people are saying the same thing too.
Prefer to watch it home, you see more.
So I'm taking it you probably wouldn't go, and when was the last time you've been there?
I'm retired now, so the last time I was working, that was about in the early 90s.
In the early 90s. I'm hearing a very familiar theme, which is people are like, last time I was there was 2 years ago. So not too many people from the church may be interested in horse racing.
No.
Maybe. I'm going to test the waters a little bit here and find out. What's your name?
Nels sometimes.
Nile?
Nels.
Niles.
The River Nile?
Like Joseph Nile?
Yeah.
Are you related?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of history, man. How are you related?
Bradley, Bertram, Norman, Nels.
Oh, nice. Well, nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, I want you. Yeah, I know you want to do it. I know you want to do it. Yeah.
Tyreek!
You want to get arrested? Yeah, that was tough. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just. So we're gonna pop around and just
just walk
yeah,
around.
we're gonna take a look at the church, and then we're gonna move on to St. James Parish Church, and we're gonna do the other churches.
Then St. Peter.
That's right.
St. Lucy.
You know the drill.
Yeah.
So
all is Anakin.
Our goal is to get them all today.
Right. So then you get to St. Peter, then you get to St. Lucy, St. Philip de Les, which is in Basketball, and come right back around. You get to St. Andrew, St. Joseph.
I get the feeling I'm going to get 1 or 2 people interested in horse racing.
Well, that might be good.
I appreciate it, man.
That might be good. You enjoy and be careful, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
So I met with Niall, and Niall was pretty good talking with me. Pretty cool guy. His family has a lot of history in Barbados. Joseph Niall, he was a singer, heavily involved with the churches and the gospel, and a lot of people in Barbados would know of him. But yeah, this church has a lot of history. Hopefully someone can share a little bit more of St. Thomas Parish Church and be able to add a little bit more. But our goal today is to get to all the churches in Barbados, all the parish churches in Barbados, and talk to some of the people around, see if the churches, the horse racing, the horses, the history. If there's a connection somewhere, and if the fans, people are involved, tend to go to the races because, you know, churches, all these things are connected somehow. People are very community connected, and I'm stumbling for words here. Maybe I'm just excited, or maybe there's a higher spirit who has possessed me, because if you look behind me, you'll see the graves, and I'm pretty sure for some people these sites are probably one of the times where it brings back a lot of memories, especially for people from these areas or from these parts. I'm also looking above the hills, and it's not heavily dense with trees and forest, but there's quite a bit up there. It's part of St. Thomas. It has a reputation of lots of trees and kind of rural. A lot of people love the area because it's not completely within the city, but you know, in Barbados, most places are a stone throw away. Doesn't take that long to get around, actually, from place to place. Right above from the top there, I'm looking at, just switch the camera around here. Yeah, right on the top there, on top of the hills, you know, you can see must be some really nice views where you can chill. Looks like some areas where you can have some fun, some adventure also. Probably lots of monkeys up in there, and lots of place for hiking and so forth. So I'll make my way around a little bit more and connect with the family. We'll go and see the rest of the churches in Barbados and see the connection with the horses, horse racing, the fans, the people, and see how community oriented horse racing is here in Barbados. All right, so we arrive at St. James Parish Church, and this one is slightly just off the beach. There's a lot more traffic, really busier in this area. I think this one has a lot of history also. Maybe I'll find someone that can see if we can draw a connection with the horses and the churches somewhere. Hopefully soon. Go inside here for a little bit, take a quick little walk, see what's happening. Wow, it's pretty huge. So, you know, my little girl here, she's talking to me. My wife doesn't want her on camera, at least not yet, but it's a beautiful sound. Okay, so I spoke with one lady. She's hosting a bunch of seniors for lunch. They do this every Thursday, today's what, Friday? Every week, let's put it that way. They do it every week. They get together. There's about 14, 15 of them. She doesn't know if there's any connection with the horses and the churches. She took my number, so someone will call me and let me know a little bit more about that. I'm not sure if it's going to be in time or if it's going to be too late, but we'll find out. I really love this spot here though, because it's really beautiful. It's right next to the beach. It's beautiful. It's breezy. It's nice breeze. It's cool. The cars are passing up and down. Tourists in the area. It's beautiful. Unfortunately, not too many locals you're going to find hanging out in the churches or in the churchyards. So we'll see. But I appreciate Tony for taking the time just to talk with me. She didn't want to be on camera, of course. 90-something years old. Really appreciate her. I love it, man. So I'm here with Kim, and Kim is a volunteer here at the St. James Parish Church.
This area was first consecrated part of the island, and that was in 1628, 27, 28. But this actual first was built around that time, a wooden church, and that was destroyed by termites and hurricanes. So this structure was built in 1680.
So the first church was built in what time again?
Around 1628.
1628, and this one was built in
1680.
1680. Well, that's quite a bit of time though. But to be destroyed by termites, those termites, man, they're so pesky.
Wooden, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess back then they probably didn't have a real cure for those termites.
I guess not.
Do you have any relatives going way back, as far back to that time that you can remember, not remember, but you were told about? Relatives going, do you have any relatives connected to the church and during that time?
No.
I'm just curious to know what drew you to this church and not to one closer to where you live.
Well, this is, as I said, a historical church. It's the oldest one on the island. It's very attractive, and that's basically why.
It is very beautiful. It is very attractive. Do you know, I mean, you must have, you just walked in and volunteered, or was there like a bunch of other volunteers and you beat them all out to this? Just volunteered and they just said,
No, I
Kim?
volunteered, and that was fine. I think I was the only one who volunteered on that day.
Oh, I see.
And they had people before me who did it, and they do it on other days.
Oh, okay.
This is my first time here alone, actually.
Oh.
I usually go with one of the others.
Are you from the area?
I live by the university.
Okay.
In St. Michael. It's about 15 minutes drive from where I live.
From your knowledge with the churches, is there any connection with churches and horse racing in the church congregation?
I don't know. No, I have no idea.
Why
Why did you ask?
Well, in next week there's the biggest race of the year.
Coxburg.
The Gold Cup.
Sandy Lane Gold Cup.
That's right. And it's so community oriented around the whole island. So I'm just wondering if the churches at all were involved, or if they were excited about it, or if it's just only the race fans who are excited about this thing.
I think all Barbadians are excited about it.
Oh, this is pretty cool. It's good to know, because people tend to flock to the Garrison Savannah, even if they're not interested in horse racing. Will you be going?
Watch it on TV.
Oh, you're watching on TV. Okay. Kim, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right, so this is another beautiful church. Pretty huge. And it's right in the city, second city of Barbados, I guess, right in St. Peter. The beach is right there. Lots of business happening right beside the church. Very active area. So I'm going to make my way in here. So this church is right, like niche, like right up against many things happening here within the city of St. Peter in Barbados, and really active community.
Yeah.
All right.
There was part to favorite spot when it got to Barbados, a restaurant that I was up there that burned down.
What do you know the name of the restaurant?
We used to call it Juma.
Juma?
Juma.
Jumiles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
J-U-M-A-S.
So did you see him at all when he came down here, or not really?
I saw him once. I tried going over there to the restaurant.
Yeah, when they fellas come down here and tour around, you know. They don't really stick one place like mostly up by the grass and say thing.
Patrick don't mix with locals.
Huh?
Explain that.
Well, I don't know much about him mixing or so, but I know him. I know the other brother, the older brother, right?
Yeah. You knew his older brother, Simon and Anthony?
I think he got trucks, right?
Hmm?
I think he got lorries into Patrick husband.
Oh, I'm not sure.
What?
Truck. Their uncle had trucks and things too, you know.
Trucks.
Yeah. I think John stuff on the harbour. And he got a brother that got trucks too. He's Patrick, not Patrick. I can't remember his name, but he older than Patrick though.
So the husbands are well known in this area?
Well, not in this area. They live near the grass and thing, right?
That's right.
They are keeping this off.
That's right.
Right, so you find them all about up and say it. Right?
I wanted to ask you a question here because we get back to my original conversation with you was the connection with the churches and horse racing. You said probably none.
But not by my knowledge. I don't know about that, right? Or
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Not in Barbados.
But you were telling me something interesting, which is that there's a lot of English people.
Yeah, they come down here. Well, right now they must see all about on here, putting all about on here. Cause when they got the World Cup race, you can tell the Beijing from them, right? How they mix up, right? So that's how it is. They like your horse racing, you know. That is very popular there is cricket, horse races, and football. They're the three popular games I can believe that you find about in England, right?
Correct.
So a lot of them come down here for horse racing, and when the time is very cold, like around it's around Christmas time and thing, a lot of them come down here and spend 2 or 3 weeks down here, and then they go back up.
Correct.
And then they might take another tour later in the year down here. Because plenty of them have homes and things down here, right? So they come down here, have maybe a year and things. Even for our crop over, be down here for all things. Or when they come down here, they like to have their drinks and things, you know, and enjoy themselves, you know.
That's right. Now, when was the last time you've been to the races?
Well, since the games are dead to me, it must be about maybe 6 or 8 years that I ain't been up there.
Okay.
Right? Because I ain't sit that popular enough for to get involved in it. No.
Okay.
Right? But, you know, I still follow up and thing on what's going on and thing on the radio or on television and thing, you know. But otherwise, I don't really go up there. My age now, I don't really go up there because I stuff in my person thing, right? So
I see.
I don't even do much walking around. So that whole, I enjoy myself by listening to it on the radio or watching on television.
Yeah, that's still showing love. That's still some support, you know. It's still big in the island.
That's true. That's true.
Are you originally from St. Peter?
I'm bred and born in St. Peter.
I hear that a lot of times from people from different parishes, bred and born in wherever that parish is.
I was a youngster used to go to church there. But, you know, after a certain time, you know, I have been against church. But I don't really take that to like years ago.
I see.
I don't have anything against that, you know.
But you just don't go too often.
Well, once in a while I will go. But you know how like it.
Just so that Jesus and God will remember you.
Well, that's so. Because I don't want to get myself involved in a foolishness, you know, in argument or anything so. I still listen to my program on the church, you know, the radio and things from church and things so forth. And that's that. I enjoy myself.
Beautiful.
Right?
Well, I appreciate it. What's your name?
Wilfred Pallimore.
Sorry?
Wilfred Pallimore.
Wilfred?
Yes.
All right. Pallimore.
That's the old English name, right?
What about you, sir? What's your name?
You know a lot about the horse racing, though. I feel like you're holding back on me.
Before, as I say, since I came, I get horse racing.
Came back here?
Yeah.
From where?
He was living in America.
Oh, live in America?
Yeah.
Oh, whereabouts?
Boston.
In Boston? Oh, man, so you familiar with the whole Boston area? I'm not too familiar with Boston.
I don't hear nothing, not with Chris, but I know he passed away.
Yes.
I don't hear no Chris, his brother.
Chris? Chris is retired now.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris is retired now. He's not riding horses no more.
Another guy called, I think he was working with horses called Minky King.
I'm not familiar with the name
They have
Minky
a
King.
fellow named Cumberbatch. Sherwood Cumberbatch.
There's a few Cumberbatches.
And then it was time for my next stop, which was to head north to St. Lucie Parish Church. And when I reached there, it was quite a surprise.
So unfortunately we can't stop here today because there's a funeral going on at the St. Lucie Parish Church, so we decided to keep moving and we'll carry on. It's quite a beautiful church. It's huge.
When in Barbados, and if you want to just wind down a little bit and take a drive through the countryside, head north, head to the St. Lucie area, and you can take that trip and go around the island, going towards the east coast, and there's lots of trees and a rugged bit of area, quiet, and you can just kind of enjoy the countryside just like a tourist would really do. It's quite beautiful, peaceful, and a little bit of therapy. Good for the mind, good for the soul, and enjoy.
Well, we reached St. Andrew Parish Church, and unfortunately again there's another funeral, so it looks like we're gonna have to pass and move on and try another one, see what happens. Beautiful. Ahead at Bruceville.
Don't know. Drive for here or for there?
I don't know.
It's a great sign. Thanks,
You're
guys.
supposed to know. Found some horses.
Heard of this?
In the race.
Down that side. He called it Chimborazo.
So we made it to St. Joseph Parish Church. We knew that it was ruined and it was out of service and no longer in use, but we still had to come by and check it out. This is where it is. We're up in the country in the parish of St. Joseph. No one here really to talk to. I mean, I could venture out and try to find someone out here in the country who's willing to speak about horses and speak about the church, and if there's a connection. Seems like most churches are not connected to the horse racing. Seems like that's unheard of. Seems kind of foreign, but there's a long shot, and we just had to see the church anyways. It's really nice area up here actually. Lots of vegetation, lots of no wildlife, really just vegetation, good scenery, and we had a good time coming through the countryside. We had to drive really slow, and it was nice just to talk with some of the people. I didn't take video of everything that I saw along the way, and because it was a lot of stuff going on. We spoke with a lot of different people from here up in the countryside. They were really nice, very helpful, because we had to make a few detours because of broken bridges and stuff like that, but really nice time. It gets different as we come up here in the country. The roads are different, a little bit more rugged and so forth, but it's nice, really nice day of winding through Barbados, getting to the parish churches, and just to find out a little bit more about any connection. Just somewhere in the middle, the famous Horse Hill. I think back in the days, this hill was pretty dangerous. It was really steep, but over the years they've found ways to fix the road a little bit better, so that at least it's more accessible. People are not so scared to drive on it. But it does have its reputation. Older people would know as they venture out into the country, taking the buses back and forth through the countryside. So we had no luck in 3 different churches, right? St. Lucy, St. Andrew, St. Joseph.
Oh, we knew St. Joseph was shut down.
There was still no luck.
There was no.
So now we're off to St. John.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that will be a beautiful, well-structured
It has the oldest grave that I know of.
And
I'm told it has the oldest grave in the country. Although it's not the oldest church.
There's a lot of beautiful houses here I'm finding out. Really nice. Oh, and finally we reach St. John Parish Church. Man, then we encountered this beautiful view, which I'm really scared to go close by because I got my daughter here in my hands. So I'm not trying to get too close there. Is it a big drop off? It's a big drop off. Wow. So I'm just gonna stay as far away as possible from that area. All right, I'm gonna attempt to go to the church and see what is happening up here. There's a lot of birds cooing. Are churches always open like this? Is anyone here? Well, here in the middle of St. John's Parish Church, and like most churches, they're usually well designed. Bit of structure, a bit of architecture. And this one definitely has the church smell. It feels like church. All right, so earlier we did a bit of coverage, commentary on how beautiful this view was, but didn't really get to really explore it properly. So I'm just gonna take a little tour, a little detour through the areas. I think I see some monkeys already. Monkeys are everywhere. And there's a monkey over there. Let me see if I can capture from here. Way over there. Try to capture it. There you go. There's some monkeys jumping off the wires. There's a lot of monkeys, a whole set of family down there. And on the other side, there's nothing but gully, hill, and I think I'll stay as far away as possible from those fences. Well, in the graveyard, I can see there are lots of monkeys. I think I'm gonna go the other direction. Way too many for me. I'm out of here. But way over there, that's down in the little town in St. John. Not entirely sure what they call that area, name of that town, that village. But I know for a fact that way on the other side of this ocean, that's going to be the continent of Africa. I know that much. And there's a lot more history down there than there is here in beautiful Barbados. Along our way, we saw a lot of great houses, formerly known as slave houses. So lots of history to be told. Yes, sweetheart. Yes. Yes, I'm talking. I'm trying to tell everyone about a little bit of history. I think I see where they do some surfing right down there. Right over there. Yes, sweetheart. Yes, sweetheart. That's the rough coast of Barbados on the east coast. Right? See a lot of water down there. Lots of good people. Lots of good food. I'm going to take a quick little look over like that because I don't want to get too close down there with the baby. Just get a good indication of the land. All right, that makes me nervous, really nervous. So, and that's the beautiful church right there. Right there. So we got the St. John's Parish Church. Now we're gonna move on to a different one. Not many people to talk to. You don't go to church and you don't go to Harsh Wrestling?
No, I don't know nothing about the church.
Oh.
Crusade,
Oh, okay. Got you. And you're a resident of St. John?
Yeah.
All your life?
Yeah.
What's it like to be living up here, man?
Fantastic. It's great.
It feels beautiful. Feels really nice. And I'm from Barbados. I don't live here anymore, right? But it's really nice coming up here and just, you know, just looking at the view and the trees.
Yeah.
But you know, everything gets slow, like traveling from one spot to the next because of the roads a little bit rocky, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, it's really beautiful.
Hi, Mersey.
Yeah. So we just really wanted to get to see if there was any connection with any horse racing, churches, any history at all.
Not to my knowledge.
None, eh? Even though there's such a British connection with horse racing and the churches and, you know, the history that we've had, you know what I mean? So there's zero, eh? All right, we'll move on to the next one and see where it goes.
You see, how the church was first established there on the plat.
Mm-hmm.
It was there. You see how when the first church, did the church built on the spot.
This is the third one built on this spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you look at the plat, there, it will tell you.
okay. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna tell my wife too because she's big into it.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Tony.
Tony. Thanks, Tony.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. That's interesting information. Really nice to know, actually. St. John's Parish Church, first erected 1645, destroyed by fire and rebuilt 1676, destroyed by hurricane and rededicated in 1836. Wow. We butt up on this big tomb of the late Prime Minister of Barbados, David Thompson, and he was well loved on the island. Now he's laid to rest right here. Died at a very young age, as he was. What was he doing? Becoming first term as Prime Minister.
It was his second year.
Second year, first term. Right. So. Unfortunately, this was the last stop of the video. The girls got tired and we decided to end it right here. And I was going to continue for another day, but it never happened. So it looks like the connection with the churches and the horse racing in Barbados is not that strong. I mean, there are people who do watch racing and who go to church, but the connection with the actual church and the horse racing seems like it doesn't really exist. And some people say, hey, look, you know, that's never going to happen. But that was off camera. So I'll continue with that another day because, you know, I'm still curious about the Horse Hill. Maybe somebody out there would tell me a little bit more about Horse Hill, which is right next to the church in the community of St. Joseph. And, well, you know what? I'll pass on that. But until next time, I'll dig deeper and see where it goes.